And I think historically it's because we've been bad neighbors. It's not really in the history books that often, right? I mean, I didn't really know about our controlling of Haiti, right? Our military control of Haiti until really recently. And so it's, a lot of people just don't know. And as a result, they don't care. And they can't connect the dots between our involvement in coups and in overthrowing governments and the long-term effects of that, which include immigrants who want to flee their war-torn countries or their unstable countries and come here. We've helped overthrow elected governments in Latin America. We've created an unstable place for these people.
We as Americans.
I mean, not as Americans, but the American government. I believe it was the 1950s where, for example, Guatemala had a democratically elected president, and he was a very progressive guy who wanted to essentially reform the government. Making sure that that companies like the United Fruit Company couldn't take up too much land. And the United Fruit Company, which is now Chiquita, didn't like that. So it asked the United States government to overthrow this guy. And the United States called him a socialist and overthrew that government, placed a new leader in. And that created a lot of instability in Guatemala, for example. And it created, almost 30 years of civil war in that country. For example, a lot of people don't know that for 30 years we controlled Haiti. We controlled Haiti, the country, and that created a very unstable environment. Whereas you see a lot of Haitians, for example, in this city, right? And that's part of the reason, because we came into this country, we deposed of the democratic government, we imposed our own rules, we used the land we leased it to American companies, stuff like that, and then we left after 30 years. And people want to leave that. People don't want to live in a place that's unstable. That's why you see a lot of Haitians in this city too. Our Attorney General emigrated from Haiti after the dictator came into control of the nation. So that's why people leave. They don't want to live in an unstable place. You see a lot of Salvadorians here in the DC area too. We're now grappling with the side effects of that. It seems great in the time of the Cold War to say that you have leaders who hate communism, but now that you're dealing with the side effects of that, we're forced to deal with the immigrant issue, whether we like it or not. I'm very glad of what the Obama administration has done. I think there's a lot more that we can do. There are still not many women in Congress. There's still not many African Americans in Congress. There's still not many Hispanics and Latinos in Congress. And it starts locally. We have to get more politicians who reflect the makeup, the racial makeup, and the diversity of their communities. And I take pride in being able to be a role model for young Hispanics and blacks and minorities, because if I can be an elected official at age 18, I'm now 19. It goes to show that minorities can succeed, that they can be part of the conversation on how to make DC a better place to live. You have to demand changes. Marching on the street or confronting your own politician. Both of them have an effect on the politician. They both make you realize that, okay, there's a problem. With regards to Black Lives Matter, right? When people are doing both of those things, they're marching on the street, they're shutting down streets, they're shutting down highways, but they're also confronting these politicians. The political process is inherently tied to the activism process. They go hand in hand.